Let me pull this other thing over. Done. There we go. There we go. Welcome in. Hello, hello, my friends. How does my voice sound? I am recovering from the flu. I was supposed to have this show on Sunday, but you guys, I got beat down by the flu. I'm still trying to come out of it. My voice is not 100%, but welcome in. It sounds sick. Patrick told me, Amanda, you sound fine. I'm like, I feel like my voice is struggling. So, um, it starts with a sore throat and it just kind of, yeah, his voice is so much better than mine, but I could be a jazz singer. You're such a liar. So, I will see how long I can last on talking. I have not been talking very much in several days, you guys. So,
Very peaceful around the house.
other than hearing you complain about getting the
You're the
flu,
one who got me sick, woman.
Patrick got the flu too. And he's like rubbing it in. You gave it to me. You gave it to me. But welcome in, everybody. Let's go to 3 8. I don't think my voice will last that long. And I can't laugh because then my voice, I start coughing, and that's what's making my voice go is the coughing, I think. So you gotta love it. You guys do not get the flu. If you have not had it, get all the vitamins, all the things, and just build your immune system up. You do not want it. What?
No, it's raining.
Yeah. Okay. I might be a little slow, might be a little off today, but I'm just glad that you guys are here hanging out with me. I wanted to chat about rate trains because there was a lot of people talking about rate trains, like how do I join rate trains? How do I set one up? You know, just all the odds, ins and outs of all the rate trains. And that's what I wanted to talk about on Sunday. But if you guys have questions for me, you can definitely drop them in the chat as well. But that's what I am going to, I guess, zero in on today with my seller support. But if you do have questions and you want them answered, just let me know. I've been on here forever. I still am seeing new things to me every day, but sometimes you have to put your heads together with other sellers to figure things out. And that's what I love seller support shows for. So, so number one, what is a rate train, guys? Anybody know the answer to this question? We see a lot of those on this app, especially in the vintage decor category. Basically, it is you can have a rate train just by having two or three sellers join up together and do your show and then keep rating into each other. Or it can become like hundreds of sellers and you just keep rating into each other. It's just like a game of leapfrog, and you're sharing whoever's in your room, you're taking them to another seller's room. That's all that a rate train is. um can anyone host a rate train? Yes, they can. Did you know that? You've been invited to your first rate train. Awesome. That's great. If you want to join a rate train and you do not want to host one on your own, welcome in, friends. I feel like my voice is awful, so I keep apologizing. So I'm sorry, guys. But if you want to join a rate train, I would go out there and watch shows. And whenever you see a rate train, and you find the ones that you absolutely love. Like if you're a rusty, crusty girl and you're like, oh my God, they are having a rusty, crusty train. I love their vibe. I got to find out who the hosts are. I'll, find that out, and then I'll message whoever the hosts are and be like, hey, I absolutely love this train. I hope you would consider me for a future one. And I really love selling this kind of decor. So I feel like this is right up my alley. And hopefully they will put you on a list to be able to ask you in the future. That is the best way to get a part of a rate train. And then I feel like the more often that you do a rate trains, you kind of get messages more often that way, just because people are starting to know you from being and doing a lot of rate trains. Because not everybody likes to do rate trains. It is a lot of pressure, a lot of stuff to juggle and balance. But if you're somebody that does do rate trains, then you can be starting to be asked a little bit more often. So that's something else to consider as well. But anyone can run a rate train. And back when I was first started on this app, now I haven't even been on this app for 2 years, but when I first started on this app, I could never be a part of rate trains. It seemed because, I was a smaller seller, nobody really knew me, and I didn't really know the etiquette of like how to join one. I was still learning, just like much of you guys were. So me and my friend, we actually put some on. Yeah, I was a newbie too. We all start somewhere, right? So me and my friend, wishing I was thrifting. If you guys see her, sometimes she's in my rooms as a mod. But me and her, we actually scheduled a rate train. With that door open, it was a lot brighter in here, babe.
You wanted the light on?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it matters. Oh wow, that's bright. That's bright.
You're welcome.
I sound like an old lady when I laugh right now. Oh my word. Hello. Yes, it's a lot brighter. But we made our own rate train. We kind of learned how to do things. Now we were very old school whenever we scheduled our rate trains. Instead of using Sign Up Genius, we just did the old way. Like we picked a time zone that we want to focus on. We typically did Central Time because that's where I was. And what I would do is, what time do I want to start my train? Okay, we're going to start it at 9 a.m. And we would decide, are we doing 30-minute slots or hour-long slots? And typically I like hour-long trains because that gives you more time to sell. And it's not so rushed, and it's easier to keep track of hour to hour instead of like 45 minutes or 30 minutes. Um, so I'm just going to kind of do an example of like how I would write it down. And this is literally old school pen and pencil. Basically how we do. I would just write down like a schedule kind of like this, and then I would pencil in someone's name next to each time, and then I would have that all written up once I asked everybody to join my rate train. So that's what I used to do. Now you can use Sign Up Genius. It is a website, signupgenius.com. It is free. It does take a little bit to understand that website. It is not very well versed and explained, but you can figure it out, and it makes signing up a lot easier, and you can make adjustments to it, and it just kind of automates everything. So you can just send people the link. All they would have to do is click on it and sign up, and it makes it so much simpler. And then the other thing that you have to consider if you're going to schedule to have a retrain, if you're going to host one, is you have to create a thumbnail. Sorry, guys, Patrick's distracting me. I have like squirrel mode right now. I'm like, oh, pretty thing, not pretty thing. I'm kidding.
Screw you.
Anyways, you have to create a thumbnail. And typically you need to make them. I know, Wanda, I'm a mess. I feel like I'm full on still sick. I really do. Um, anyways, to create a thumbnail, I like to use Canva. And whenever I go into Canva, the chat. You go into Canva, use the poster size formatting. It basically makes it the right dimensions that it looks. If you just enlarge it just a smidge, it fits most people's thumbnails where they can drop it into their shows. And so that's how I create my thumbnails, is within Canva, and it's on the poster format, and I just use like a blank or a template, and I just design it that way, and then I can save it and send it on, and it's usually really good quality. And those are like the top things that you need to do to be able to offer a rate train. Another thing that you would also need to consider is, does your rate train have rules? Some rate trains that I have been a part of, they have crazy rules. And there's some other rate trains, like the ones I typically host, the rules are not that hard, and those are the kind of rate trains that I like. I don't like when they have 50 million roles or things that you have to do, because when I'm in so many rate trains, I can never remember everything. And most likely I will forget something. Um, so I just like the basic rules personally, but I mean, if you are hosting the train, you can make that decision for you. But I wouldn't make them like so many rules that people are going to pull their hair out. I would do like rate on time. Yeah, more rules makes me more nervous. Exactly. Yeah. So I usually say rate on time, please. One giveaway at minimum is my recommendation. It's not a requirement for you to have a giveaway, but I'm like, you're in a raid train and you're going to be getting new eyeballs coming to you. So you definitely want to grab those viewers as potential followers to you. So a giveaway is going to help you capture it. So it's more like a really good recommendation to have a giveaway. I also say to mod the hosts, so we can pop in and, help, but not always are the hosts are going to be able to be there all day long, especially if the train is going all day long. So you always want to have your own moderators as well. Um, and then some raid trains, they want you to load every single item with full on details. I at least say, hey, can you at least load, you know, 2 to 3 things just so I can go into your thing and see what kind of items you're going to have, so I can have something to highlight during a kickoff show. I like to do kickoff shows because that gives me a moment to say, hey, Stacy is going to have this item. Look how gorgeous it is. And then, Jamie's going to have this item. And then, Shooting from the Hip's going to have this item, and it just calls out attention to individual sellers. And I really like having kickoff shows. It just kind of gathers more people in before you raid into the initial seller. I think that always is helpful. um, if you guys don't know me, if you're just popping in, one of the trains that I do assist with, it's not my original idea, I just assist with it. It is the Brass Raid train, which we host the first Wednesday of every month. I host that with Evergreen Estate. Evergreen Estate is the one that came up with the Brass train, and she was hosting it on her own, and then she got pregnant and she was going to have to stop that so she could have her baby and stuff. And I said, hey, it's an incredible train, I don't want you to stop having the Brass train. So why don't we keep it going? I will step in as your co-host, and you can take your time away with your baby, no big deal, but I can at least keep it going, and then you can come back and continue it on. So we're not losing the amazing train that she built up, because it is an absolutely amazing train. We do it once a month, every Wednesday, first week of the month, and like everybody knows and expects it to be what it is. And it's grown quite a bit. Now, whenever we host that train, it is a lot different than some of the other trains that I have hosted before, typically because we have a big long list of those that have asked us who want to be a part of that train. I tell you, it is a very long list because a lot of people want to be in that train, and we try to work everybody in as we can. But this is just something else to consider. If you're trying to get into a big train, kind of like one that is monthly, like that, what we try to do is we pop into some of your shows from the time that you tell us that you're interested in joining to when we find a theme show that would fit your style. And we have notes out there. We're like, okay, this girl, she would be perfect for like a botanical vibe or a primitive vibe. Somebody else may be better for another type of show. So we try to suit up sellers for like the best theme show with brass. So we know that you're going to have the best show on our train that we could possibly give you. You know what I mean? So not you're we don't want you to struggle. We want you to have an amazing show when you enter our raid train. Because every month we do a different theme. January was wall art, books, and brass. February, which we just had, was brass and Ralph Lauren theme. And then March, we're doing, I just went blank. It is brass and chinoiserie. So every month it's a little bit different. So we try to match up sellers. Stop looking at me, bro. You're driving me crazy. Patrick's just staring at me. He's like eyeballs. Sorry, you guys. But anyways, we try to focus in on who we're going to ask for the rate trains. So we get you into the best train to according to your vibe of shows that we have seen and items that you actually sell. So we don't want to put somebody out there that is known for selling only super high-end ornate pieces, and we're going to throw you in a raid train that you only sell like primitives. That's not going to really match your vibe. It's not going to suit your customers that know and come to your shows for that. We try to match everybody up according to what the theme is. And so that I feel like that is what makes that raid train very popular. And sometimes you may be on the wait list for a little bit, but that's okay. But there's a reason why we do those things. And I feel like some people may get frustrated with us, like, why haven't they asked us yet? But that's also why our list is very long and we try to work everybody in, and we're trying to do different themes, all kinds of different items. And we try to make it a best train as possible. Um, I am working on trying to host some different trains soon, hopefully, if I can, start to feel better. I want to do some other types of trains just because I like to bring variety. I'm not a girl that wants to sit in one type of a niche. You know what I mean? I'm an eclectic type person. I like mixing and matching my items with my decor. So I do that with my shows. I do that with my sourcing. You wouldn't believe like all the things that I pick up. I pick up all kinds of stuff because I just find all kinds of different things beautiful. So I think I'm planning on doing pottery and metal patina type raid train. And I'm also trying to figure out my own personal shows as well. So I just wanted to kind of talk about raid trains to kind of give you an idea of, what you can do if you do want to host your own or how to even join them. Is there any questions about raid trains that I might have not talked about? That's really everything I wrote down is what I just discussed. I mean, it's really pretty easy. Rate trains can get very complicated. I hosted one that was every 10 minutes, and that was very exhausting to try to host for because people tend to drop out on those, and it's just crazy. That was the most complicated rate train I ever ran, was one that ran for every 10-minute slots, but it was fun. It was very fun. But personally, when I'm doing a selling show, I really like hour-long slots. I need to hydrate my throat. Is my voice going?
Dad,
You're lying to me.
dad.
Did I miss any questions, guys? Let me know. About rate trains that anybody has. Do you think trains help my growth? Yes. Sweet pea, yes. Because prior to me going full time on whatnot, I was doing a lot of raid trains. And it got to the point where I was doing so many raid trains that that's all I was doing while also working full time on the side. Um, and so I was only live for, an hour here, hour there, but I was spending all my time sourcing and prepping and shipping and all the things while working full time. And I got to where I am. And just January, Well, it was, what was it? December 27th was when I went full time on Whatnot, you guys. So it is possible to get major growth with just doing raid trains. But I also feel like doing your own shows as well benefits you as a person. Raid trains gets you under to have the ability to be seen by your other sellers, buyers, their customers, then they meet you. And when you join different kinds of rate trains, then that is how you get new eyeballs on you. And it's very helpful because some of those trains that you can get into, if you only have like, on a typical show, if you're selling on your own and you get like 10 people in your show and then you join a raid train and it's doing really good and you have like 50 viewers per se, that's 40 more people potentially or more that are going to be seeing you during that time frame, which is amazing. uh Bantiques, I'm gonna write your name down, hold on a second. What kind of items do you sell? Sometimes, like I said, if you ask me to be on a like the brass train, it does take some time to get on that one just because it is a long waiting list. So maybe the ones that you asked about, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, you guys. I'm sorry. Um, Sometimes there is a long waiting list. So if you haven't got in, doesn't mean give up. Maybe just give them a couple months and message them again and ask. Yeah, waiting lists are very common. Sometimes they're just looking for certain people to get in on. For neighbors, all sorts. I'm more of collector, trying to let go of your inventory. Okay. Thank you for sharing the stream, by the way, guys. How do you recommend getting Sweet Pea? What do you mean by getting invested on a train? What do you mean by that? I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Don't sneeze. How do you get invited? Whenever I first started, I just kept doing let it out. um it just comes and goes with the sneezing, you guys. It's very weird. It doesn't help with the weather. Because it's raining outside right now. That's probably why my allergies are kind of going on top of things. Anyways, whenever I first started, I was having trouble getting invited to raid trains as well. You just need to start asking different sellers that you see hosting raid trains if you can get in on them. Let's see. Vintage Leah, Rusty Cottage, she hosts a lot of raid trains. You may reach out to her. She hosts like build your own vignette raid train. She hosts what's in your drawer. I'm trying to think what else she hosts. She hosts several raid trains, you guys. And then you can message what's another friend of mine, CJ's Bayou Vintage and Goals Vintage. They host um they host the Delta Wave raid train, which is absolutely amazing as well. And they do some other raid trains as well. So if you guys want to reach out to them, they also host raid trains. And I know they get all kinds of different people in on their shows, even people that may have only sold like 30 items before. And I think it's really awesome. I almost feel like some of the sellers that might have only sold 30 things, they get a little stressed out, but I feel like that gives them a little bit more opportunity to learn as well from other sellers by being in rate trains. Best allergy medicine is herbs, etc. allergy release system. Yeah, I'm on Mirabella. I'm on so many pain meds right now. It's ridiculous. The flu has kicked my butt, so it is what it is. You've done all the things, chatted it up, brought a ton. I think what hurt me is your name change in October. It feels like no one knows you now. Bantiques. Okay, what was your name before? I'm trying to. Vanessa, I'm trying to remember what your name is. Let me know what it was before.
Butterfly Brass Co.
Butterfly Brass Co. Oh, okay. That could be why. Name changing is like the number one thing. If you guys are brand new on the app and you have got your name, like everybody knows you by such, I would not change your name if you don't have to. But if you really need to, which like Evergreen Estate did have to, because she moved and she was in Georgia before and that was in her name. I would say change it, but you got to keep telling everybody for a while. But I would keep your profile picture the same thing or something recognizable because that thumbnail picture really does help a lot. Hey, Amy, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. As you can tell, I sound horrible. But I keep sliding. Anyways, you got the flu. It took you a month. Don't tell me that, Mirabella. Oh my gosh. I don't want to be sick for a whole month. That sounds sexy.
I don't want to be stuck in the house with you for a month.
I don't want to be around you for a full month either. Oh my God. Anyways, my aunt is in the hospital with COVID and pneumonia. Oh my gosh, you guys. This flu is awful. I will just tell you, it hurt so bad on the aches and pains. It was on the bottom of my feet. And when I would have to get up to go to the bathroom to pee, oh my God, it was like walking on needles. It hurts so bad. Oh, and then don't even get me started when the fever kicked in. Whoo! And Patrick's looking at me. He's like, "You didn't do it, nothing." I'm like, "Yeah, I did. You just weren't here."
Mine was higher than yours. I
Um,
topped out at 102. I'm an overachiever.
yeah, you had a higher fever. Do you ever join other people's raid trains? Yes, Redbird, I do join other people's raid trains. Yes. I don't do raid trains often, but if all you want, oh yeah, everybody message Once Upon a Thrift if you guys are interested in raid trains. She can get you on a waiting list as well. I'm trying to go back and reading the chat. Oh my goodness. Hey, CLM Farm, welcome in. And wait, Lily, you changed your name back. Welcome in, my friend. Oh my gosh, my mom and my aunt are watching me. See, you guys, I'm alive, but I'm sick still. My throat sounds like awful, but I promised everybody I would do this on Sunday, but uh it was rough, you guys. So I'm feeling more lively, but I'm just not 100%. I really feel like my Tamiflu meds are really messing with my stomach, so I'm kind of tempted to just not take anymore. I'm only halfway through the pack. I kind of just want to say screw it because I feel like I'm getting very dehydrated. So, do I prefer 30 or 60-minute rate trains? I prefer 60-minute. I feel like they're more successful for me. Yeah, 45 minutes as long as it's not a vignette building one or something where I have to do a lot of movement in it. I feel like I'm better at. Yeah, 45 minutes to 60 minutes is better for sure. Unless it's like one of those speed selling ones where you have like 10 to 20 minutes to sell and you're selling items as fast as you can for like $2 starts. I mean, I'm okay with, quicker trains like that, but preferably I'm not one that wants to sell super fast. Because that stresses me out. I don't know about you guys, but selling super fast, it's like, okay, I got to click the button. I got to click the button. I got to talk about the things. I got to make sure I number it. And if you are the only person, like if I didn't have Patrick with me, which he's not always around all the time and I'm doing it on my own, it is so much to juggle because you have to hold it with one hand. It almost needs like five more hands just to make it a lot easier. But it just really depends on what kind of train you're hosting, on how long is like the best. But I would say personally, on like a regular chill train, 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Yeah, CLM Farm, she's like, go, 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 go. Even in an hour, she could sell like 100 items in an hour sometimes. It's absolutely insane. I'm like, what the heck just happened? And then people come to me and I'm like, I'm slow down. Can we just stop everything and talk about this beautiful dog of Oh, she's on the floor in front of me. She's so cute, isn't she? I love my dog. Yes, Cheryl is very fast energy. I have no idea how she talks that fast and sells all those things. She's so dang good. I need to take some tips and tricks from CLM Farm. If you guys haven't watched her, definitely go watch her show. She's amazing. Redbird Relics, I'm hosting your first train. Ooh, and you've gotten yeses from Dream Sellers. Do you think it's best to be hands off? Any advice? They're all better than me. What do you mean by hands off? Like you don't want to mod for them or what? Personally, if you're going to host a train, I would at least show up to everybody's show as a moderator, because you're the host and you want to make sure everything is smoothly. That's just my personal opinion. And if you ask them to be a part of the train, you want to show up for their show as much as you want everybody you ask to be a part of your train to show up for your show. That's just my thought. That's another thing, guys, is if somebody asks you to be a part of their train, show up to the host's show, and just support them. You don't have to necessarily spend money, but be in their chat and supporting. That means so much. Just to show up to the host show and chat with them for sure. Um, like schedule and then let them do their thing until the day. Usually, whenever I do a raid train, we set up the chat like a couple weeks before, give them like the schedule lineup of what is in place and any roles that need to be taken, and send an updated thumbnail. And then 2 days ahead of time, just if you need them to load a few items, if you're doing a kickoff, just as a short little reminders. But I try to not make group chats super annoying because we're all get really busy, but definitely a few days prior and then the day of, just any last minute questions and updates. Definitely have that going for sure. Yes. Yes, that's what I like to do. That keeps everybody on the same page. Anybody can ask any questions. If anyone drops out at the last minute, you can, give an updated schedule so people can post that in their show notes as well. That's another important thing too. So, anyone have a mod class? I need to send my aunt back to school. Modding is hard. I when I first started on the app, I was like really good mod. I've slacked off. It takes some time to learn to do all the modding things for sure. It isn't that hard, but it does take a little bit of time. Thank you, Aunt Barb. We're working on it. I think Patrick finally broke his fever. I think he did. Don't you dare tell me you're running a fever again, sir.
99.2.
What?
99.2.
Uncover yourself. That's why you're hot. You're covered up and you're wearing a hoodie.
Because I'm cold.
He says he's at 99.2. He's just trying to heat up.
I'm just hot.
You have a modding chat coming up. Oh, good to know, Thrifting Gypsy. Yes. Let's have a modding chat. That would be a good one. I would love to learn more about modding. How to be better again. Modding is a hard job, you guys. I don't think I have the focus anymore like I used to. We want to meet the pups. You have a German Shepherd? She's like laying down under the recliner right now. She's like passed out. She's so pretty, you guys. So if you guys saw the picture, that is my dog Roxy. What is she, 5?
I think so.
I think she'll be 5 this April. and she's spoiled rotten.
Shame ass.
And she loves to lay on her chest and cuddle and all the things, you guys. Wait, done. Is that Monday? You've been asked, you've helped, didn't know the ins and outs. Yeah. The best way to learn how to mod is just get in there and click all the buttons and learn, kind of like shooting from the hip. She's like a freaking good mod. I suck now. I'm not very good anymore. Um I'm horrible, especially right now. I'm a horrible mod, but I can
Shame.
boot somebody out if they're horrible. I usually, if I'm in somebody's show, and it could be anybody's show, any of you guys have a show, if I happen to be in there and there's like some scammer or bot or somebody saying nasty stuff in the chat, I'm gonna red chat you, mod me, and I'm gonna boot their butt for you. Like that's just something I'm gonna do. And I've done that for several people because I'm just like, there's some crazy people out there trying to mess up people's shows. Amanda was literally going into their bid and manually getting pre-bid numbers. Oh yeah. Yeah. That as a mod, that's like the only way that you can get which items are actually have the pre-bids. I wish they would would give the functionality to moderators to be able to go to the top to see like how many people are in the show to see which ones actually have the pre-bids. But right now they only give that ability to the seller to be able to see that functionality. But the thing with that is as a seller, if you go into your show, which I don't think I can see that on this show right now because I don't think I have any pre-bids, obviously. But let's say like you're in your show, you can click on the how many people's in the room, and then you go over to activity, and it will actually tell you like what has pre-bids. But once you get like 20 pre-bids or whatever in your show or purchases, it all groups it together and it doesn't take it off once an item has sold, like after you ran it. So it's like makes it really, you have to go through each one. You're like, okay, I sold that, I sold that, I sold that. It's almost easier to go into your shop and, see which ones actually still have pre-bids as a seller, rather than going through that activity. So that's one improvement that could be done on Whatnot, but with all the other glitches that we have going on, I doubt that will be something that they'll ever put into place. So we need to get you some hot tea with honey. I've been drinking hot drinks, I've been drinking cold drinks. It's it's just what it is, Christy. I keep coughing. It's the deep cough right in the throat, and I think that's what's messing with my voice. So I don't know. I haven't been talking very much. It's just is what it is. At this point, I am just trying to make sure I hydrate because my Tamiflu meds are really bothering me. That's all I'm going to say is I don't think I'm going to finish this box of 10 pills that they gave me. I'm halfway through, I think, and I don't think I'm going to finish it. So every day it will get better, but this one drags. I want it to be gone tomorrow. That would be so nice, you guys. This flu is awful. And Patrick even got 2 shots in his butt and what? And the meds, and I feel like he's doing better than me. And you got sick after me, but I think you started it faster, and I feel like you're doing better.
Yeah, but I still hate you for giving it to me.
Well, if you go back to work before I do, then I'll just be like, I hate you even more. So my voice is sounding better.
Well, I talked to Ronnie this morning.
Oh, on Saturday's raid, thank you. Yeah, Saturday I was in the thick of it, but I wasn't gonna back out
He told me
on that train because Saturday was I was in the thick of it for sure. I think I got my fever to break a couple hours before that raid train. And I felt like trash, but I wasn't gonna, back out. I mean, I was gonna be live maybe 5 minutes. I was like, I can do 5 minutes. I just won't show my face because you guys, I look like death. Like you could just see it in my eyes. Like I just was not here. I was loopy and losing it. And I was like, yeah, I probably did myself a disfavor on that, but I didn't want to let anyone down, especially since I signed up for it. But I'm doing better. I do feel better, but it was rough for sure. I need a tissue.
when
Can you get me
up,
one?
where they at?
Huh?
Where they at? Where? Your office? Bathroom?
Thank you. I brought you liquid earlier. Anyways.
You should be taking care of me. You gave this to me.
Oh my word.
Oh, you're never letting it down. Never.
Can y'all just keep laughing at Patrick? He's hilarious. I have so much to do, you guys. I was like halfway through getting my shed organized before everything went down. Thank you. Hold on a second. I don't want them to watch me wipe my nose. Okay, there we go. There we go. I don't want you guys to see me wipe my nose. It was just dripping. Okay. But I've been like totally spoken like a true man. Yeah, he's gonna forever keep saying, you keep getting me sick. I'm gonna beat you. I didn't get you sick last year though.
Oh, I know. Last
Because
year.
I was sick in November and you got sick on your own. So he cracks me up. Um, but my shed is getting organized. I'm gonna have two different backgrounds, and I feel like it's gonna be so much better with my shows. Hopefully, I can get everything together for Friday so I can sell you my art pieces that I've been hoarding for quite some time. That's gonna be so much fun. I'm hoping I can do that Friday. I have like frames and then vintage pieces of art that I've been collecting. It's
Maybe
gonna be fun to pack, but
maybe you could throw in one or two of those down there too.
yeah, no, I want to get these out of here. I need to get them out there.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Maybe you can throw one or two of those in there as a surprise.
the saws.
Yeah.
You have to make sure. I guess a few of them. I thought a cool train would be a split screen duo pair like teams. Like both people selling or one person selling and the other one talking. Explain that one. That would be cool. The only thing is if both are selling, then the sales would go under the person's main account, the person that is co-hosting the other one. So like let's say I co-host someone in and I co-host shooting from the hip in and she sold something under my account, like I hit run and it's her item. That's the only thing is that payment would be going to my account and not to her. So I don't really know how that would work. That would be something that you would need to consider. Like if it was a good friend of mine and they trusted me, I'd be like, yeah, we can run it that way and then we could switch back and forth. You saw it on IG. Yeah, I would have to pay up. I would have to send her the money through a tip or something. But she would have the item, so I would have to send her the the label. I would have to email it to her, which I feel like that would be very messy and I don't know what the terms of service is. So, I would have to sell something I have and then like I would have to rate into her and then co-host and then she would run her item. So I don't really you would have to really think about how that would work. I thought about doing a rate train. I haven't put this together. It was just an idea that I had. I used to do like a crafting rate train where we have an hour to craft something from scratch, start to finish. And at the very end, we sold the item that we made. But I thought about what if I gave everybody like one item that they had to all use in common. And then we all co hosted with each other, like we did it in pairs during that hour. And then you can watch two people crafting at one time. And then we would all be crafting with like one same item, but see what all the different crafts that we would come up with. I thought that would be kind of fun, but we'd be able to watch two at the same time. Um, but the selling part, that's what held me up. Like, how would we do that if we were already co-hosting? So I don't really know, but I just thought it would be fun to like uh do a craft project that way, like co-hosting style. You missed that rate train. Yeah, I need to figure out how to get that going again. January and February has been busy. February's been more sickly than anything, but hopefully I can figure that out soon. But I thought that would be a fun idea to do like a co-hosting craft session and like, the two sellers can be talking smack to each other while crafting and, teaching at the same time. I thought that would be kind of cool, but there's different ways to do co-hosting. It's just the selling part is what makes it complicated. Unless you like into each other and then that one person sold whatever item that they were selling. So the money goes to the appropriate person for sure. Yes, shooting from the hip. Thank you so much. Yes, if you want to rewatch the video on YouTube, I forgot to mention anybody watching on YouTube and you want to come hang out on Whatnot for me to give you a shout out, please join via the link. I currently cannot see the YouTube chat, but thank you so much for hanging out and any thumbs up that you give me over there. I appreciate it. I always forget to mention that I am multicasting over there. Um, Somebody did buy this at the beginning of the stream, but if anyone is a new seller and you have issues with shipping or you need like a shipping guide for reference, I do have these available in my shop. It is something that I typed up and created for Patrick to help him like learn all the ins and outs with shipping. What? And it was helpful, I think. And if anyone needs one, it is in my buy it now.
Watch you on YouTube and on Whatnot.
Is there anybody talking on YouTube to me?
A little bit.
Just tell them to join Whatnot. Okay. So, but that is available down there. And then if you ever want to find me out on the YouTube, you can scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen, and that links to YouTube, my Amazon, and the Facebook group that I also run as well. Does anyone have any other questions about rate trains or any questions in general about selling on Whatnot? There's my cough. I tell you, that's the cough. Yes, general. What's your general question? Hydrating is good. That cough is rough. It feels like more than I'm talking, it's getting a little bit easier to talk. You can tell it's tight.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna read through my notes, make sure I did go over it. What is a raid train? How to get on raid trains? How to host your own? I talked about thumbnails, how to schedule and use Sign Up Genius. Raid train rules. Gotcha. Okay. I do not understand the difference. Buy it now is only for reserve for live versus general. Man. Okay, the difference is the buy it now. If you have reserve for live on, it can only be purchased in the bin, the buy it now or buy now whenever you are live. If you want it available always to where someone can go to your profile or can search out items. So like if someone goes to my profile, they can go into my shop and they can search and shop like all my items I have available. Or someone can search, something I have in my shop. Let me think. I'm going to type in milk glass. Let's say someone's looking for milk glass and they search milk glass in the shop and they're just scrolling down. If I have available where it's not linked up to where it's available anytime, they can be shopping just by searching milk glass and products, and they can find an item that I have and they can buy it whenever I'm not live. That is what I like to do, is to have it available anytime. So when I'm not live, I could be outsourcing, I could be packing, and I could have something sell when I'm not live. So my items are making money for me when I'm not working. That's what I like to do. Um, why they have that functionality, I don't know. Makes no sense to me. I wish they would get rid of that little button. I wish it would just be available, period. But I think some people just don't want anything to be purchased unless they are live, just because they're moving so much product. Um, which I do see how that does get complicated sometimes. I promise you it does. The more deeper that you get into selling and the more items that you have put in your bin, um, some people may not want 1,000 items out there for sale all the time, um, just in case they make a mistake and they have to check on items. So I don't really know the necessary, the reason why they have it. But if you want it available always, just make sure if you put it in your bin that you have the option turned off where it's only available during a live. So like this one, it says reserved for live. But if I click this and then click save, that item will then be available. The heck? Okay, now the item will be available anytime instead of just, during a live show. Which now I'm realizing it did that to every single 50 items that I uploaded into the bin. So I'm gonna have to go manually change them all. So that's fun. And they can still see your bin during a show. You have to load it into your show. So if you want items in your bin during a show, you have to load it into your show. Otherwise, they have to go to your profile to see your bin. So it's just easier just to clone it or bring it over into your every show that you have. So that's what I usually do. So like if I'm going into, another show, let's say I'm going to do, this show, you can go into your three dots. This doesn't work on Androids, but if you have an iPhone, you click on the three dots and on the screen there'll be a button here that says like clone items, and you can clone it from a prior show. So if you already have items in a prior show, that's all your bin items, you can move it into another show and you can keep doing that. If you have an Android, then what you have to do is go into your shop and you have to hit the plus sign and then you have to import it from your inventory and you have to load it manually. So that's the plus side to having an iPhone is you can clone it over and it's a lot easier instead of clicking it all down the list. It just makes your job a little bit easier. So, hey, Rusty Patina, welcome in, my friend. Hello, hello. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. But yeah, just every show that you want certain items to be available, you have to load it into your show. That's just the key way. But if you're gonna put anything in your bin, just make sure you have that little button checked or not checked, available where it's live when you're live only. So you have the ability to make money when you're not live. I think that's like the best thing to ever tell yourself to do always. So you have more items out there in the bin that could potentially make you money. And any item that you put in the bin after 2 weeks that it's been out there, it has the ability to be searchable on Google, which is amazing. So it's not only searchable within the Whatnot app, people can go out to google.com and be searching for something that you have in your shop and it could be searchable within Google. And then they see your images and they're like, oh, wow, that's exactly what I'm looking for. They can click on it. It will take them into the Whatnot app and they can actually purchase it on the app through your bin. So that opens you up to not only Whatnot's buyers, it opens you up to Google buyers, which is even better. More people yours sell at 3 a.m. in the morning. Well, dang, I want some of those 3 a.m. buyers. I need to go double check all of my bin items that I have loaded recently. I think I've been missing that little button. But that is a good thing that it is searchable through Google. I actually personally checked it. So, another thing to consider, you guys, if you do leave items in your bin, don't just label them with, you know, let's say you're selling a milk glass piece. Don't just call it a hobnail bowl. If you know it's Fenton, and you know it's specific details on it that has a scallop edge, it has a ruffle edge, it has this and that. Try to get technical with your descriptions and in your bin listings because the more information that you put in there, it helps it in the search engine optimization. And there's something else to consider if you put it in your bin, because after 2 weeks, when it hits Google, it has the ability to be searched out. And that search engine optimization wording that you use is going to help it be found a lot easier. Excuse me, guys. Evermore home, welcome in. I get to talking too much and I cough. Okay. Ooh, that cough made me tear up. Anyways, hopefully that is helpful. If you struggle with search engine optimization, another thing that you can use is Chat GPT. And you can tell Chat GPT, I need help on creating this listing for this item. This is what it is. You can even, upload an image of your item, that it is a Fenton hobnail ruffle compote bowl or whatever it may be. I'm just kind of throwing words out there and just saying I need a more description with SEO optimization for my listing for Whatnot, and it can actually type all of that up for you. And then all you have to do is copy and paste it into your Whatnot listing, and that will save you so much time. Also, measurements is also helpful for your customers to have in there if you have the ability to get that done. I know sometimes time is against a lot of our resellers' hands, so it's kind of hard to remember to do all those things, but that is always helpful. I tell you, I forget to do that myself. So, um, but it is something to consider. Um, let's see. I learned a valuable lesson today. Don't let your packages sit forever. I opened a box today from a trusted seller and my items were not. Oh no. Was it past the 30 days? I hope it wasn't for me. If it was me, you tell me, okay? I can tell the box was opened and revealed. Oh no. So I've had that happen from a seller, very well known seller on the app. And the person only used one piece of tape on the bottom of the box. And it was something I was really looking forward to was a piece of copper. And whenever I got it, it had, those plastic wraps around the boxes. I was like, wow, this seller got fancy to make sure the box doesn't get opened. And then I went to pick it up. I was like, that is crazy light. There's something wrong with it. And then I realized on the side there was a sticker from the post office saying that it arrived damaged. I knew the moment that I picked that up that it was empty. I literally took pictures, I sent it to Whatnot, and I said, this item was missing. Like it was just the only one item. But you guys, please make sure you use more than one piece of tape on the bottom of your box. Like crisscross it at minimum if you only want to use one piece of tape because one is not going to hold everything in during shipment because all it has to do is be jimmied once and it can come loose. At least with two pieces, you have better chance. But yeah, that's rough. Boxes from November you haven't opened. Oh my gosh, Amy, go open your boxes. On the bright side, I now have 400 alcohol prep pads. Did they put alcohol prep pads in your box instead of what you ordered?
I bet you I could find a box from November from you. We're about to find out. I bet you there's one around here somewhere you haven't opened.
Those haven't been from November.
Those are from January. Hold on.
Leave me alone. Okay, I'm flipping him off. You guys can't see it, but I'm flipping him off. Mine was from the beginning of January. I still have January boxes sitting here. There's one right there I'm not going to tell him about.
I'm proud of you. You have no boxes back here.
What?
So I'm proud of you. There's no boxes back there.
I tried to get them all open. Actually, you're lying. There's actually boxes back there.
They're probably underneath the bed.
No, they're against the wall behind the rocking chair, and they are probably from last March. But they are from a very trusted seller of mine, and I know that's what's in it, but I have never opened them.
Last March. See, this is the problem we have.
Anyways,
Last
hush.
March.
Leave me alone. I will open them eventually. Your 9-pound box had 4-pack of alcohol prep pads. Oh my gosh, Rusty Patina. Well, I guess if you ever get cut, you're going to be covered, but that really sucks. And you can't ask for a refund, I assume, because it's too late, or man, that sucks. It's past the 14 days. I would go to the post office and show them what you got and tell them this is not what I ordered and somebody got in your box. I wonder if they would do anything. Because they should have record that it was tampered with at some time at some point, because that's whenever I get boxes and it's like been opened or something's been wrong with it, they actually put something on there that says this is how we received it. So they take note of it in their system. Did they leave any kind of sticker like that on there? Oh, oh my goodness. Nothing. Dang scammers. Okay, everybody, start opening your boxes within a week of getting them. Since there's scammers out there trying to steal stuff. What else haven't I opened that I need to? Because now you're making me panic.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, I need to open those. I have 4 boxes in here I need to open. The ones that get opened sooner are when I need boxes and they're like the perfect size. So that sucks. I hate when that happens, you guys. Oh, yeah, other people do that. Yeah, I order in packages of goodies and then I'm in the middle of packing and I can't find a box for it. And then I'm like, hey, I just got this box in the mail. Let's open that one so I can use that box again. I've had 2 packages come back this past week as a return to sender, and I thought I did something wrong. And whatnot buyer said was removed for violation. Oh wow, they were removed for violation and then they sent your package back so they can get their money back. That's horrible. Did whatnot take your money? Well, I know it wasn't you because I don't have alcohol prep pads. What started was I got a notice of 2 packages being completed on Sunday. Mail doesn't deliver on Sunday. Sometimes. Oh, yeah, that is weird. Rusty Patina, actually. Yeah. I get notifications that mail was completed like on a Saturday, but we can't pick up anything on Saturday. But they'll update saying, hey, we got it in the office. And we're like, that's nice. We can't get it till Monday because they're not open.
You make a bet.
Well, if we twist our neighbor's arm, we could get
I
it.
ain't gotta twist nobody's arm. I just go up there between 8 and 10 o'clock and knock on the doors and say, can I have my package?
Okay, I'm not that antsy to get
I am.
packages.
If I have something at the post office and I know it's there on Saturday, I'm getting my box.
Post office delivers packages on Sundays and holidays. Whoa, Amy. On Sundays? Mine does not work. They don't deliver mail. Nope. We have to go to our post office here. But yeah, they don't let us in on Saturdays or anything. So I'm rural. I'm rural. Um oh, you were still paying Maribel. I just saw that. I've been getting a lot of message requests on whatnot lately from weirdos, like trying to get me to click links in the message requests. And then you go click on their profile and it shows that whatnot's already removed them as a seller or as a profile. And I'm just like, why do if they remove them from the whatnot having a profile, why don't they just remove all the messages they have ever sent? Like, why can't they do that? Why does it stay in message requests? I have no idea. It drives me crazy. But you guys, if you ever get a message request, and it has like a weird link in it, just report them right away, you guys. Those are scammers. They're trying to get your information by you clicking on your link, so don't do that at all. But it seems like it is ramping up even more, and I anticipate it might be getting a little bit stronger, just because of that Mr. Beast live that was on Sunday. I have a feeling it's going to be getting a little bit more crazy lately. I'm sure we're going to be influxed with a lot more eyeballs and scams and all kinds of other things coming in. So, you guys, you know, be prepared for what we may be anticipating. But hopefully, there's a lot more good than crazy that comes out of it. You gotten so many in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, me too. When it's like, 'cause I haven't even been live and I've been getting a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of weird messages from weird dudes, and I'm like, I just report them to Whatnot. I'm like, screw this. Whatnot is not a dating site. I haven't even showed Patrick, but he can read my messages if he wanted to, but I just get rid of them. I've gotten so, oh yeah.
As
Yeah,
long
and
as,
rude
hey,
people.
as long as you split the money with me, I'm happy.
No, it's like they're like, "Oh, you have such a pretty profile picture," and it's like,
I crack
okay,
myself up.
this is Whatnot, friends. You also had to block a few people with super foul language and filthy jokes in your shows. Oh man, she's talking about me. I'm kidding. I've been shooting from the hip show, and I go in there and read chat, and her husband Jim's like, I didn't know Amanda could say stuff like that. She's so innocent. That killed me. I'm like, I always act all innocent, but I promise I'm not. I try to be professional. Try to be professional, friends. You got to be professional on here, but I'm not innocent. Trust me, but yeah. Anyways, any other questions that I might have missed? I think my throat is starting to get a little bit more sore now, so I think I'm gonna call it quits in probably about 10 minutes max. I don't want to overdo it, just because I don't want to lose my voice.
Oh, power through it, woman.
What if I can't do a live? What do I do?
I don't know. I guess you better learn sign language.
Would that be weird, you guys, if I did a silent show? Like if I really couldn't talk, but I wanted to sell things? Do I like hold it
You have to
up?
have a whiteboard.
Do I like hold it up and then like be like, and then like start like typing in the chat? This is this, this is this. And I'll just put like something on my forehead that says, I lost my voice. Keep laughing at me, please. All sudden deaths for 20 minutes. Oh my word. That's horrible to do for art, though. And that's what I wanted to do this week. Like art prints and stuff that I kind of been collecting for a while. I thought it would have been a cool little show. It would be weird. Do you think it's doable, or should I give myself up? Be like, I lost my voice, so we're gonna go silent. I can be a mime with some art. I'll be a mime auction whatnot seller. I'll go find some black and white stripes and do my mime selling. We should have your mods explain what you were showing. Oh my gosh, that would be great. Yes. I will co-host someone in and be like, "Can you explain this when I don't have my voice?" That would be fabulous. That would be like the most entertaining show. And somebody be like, "Well, how big is that?" I don't know. It looks bigger than her head, and her head's like bigger than a piece of pie. So huge. Bigger than a football. That would be fun. Oh my gosh, that would be a good raid train. Would you guys do a raid train like that? You would have like partners, or you would have to get your mod. to do your selling, and all you would be able to do, you would have to be quiet the whole time, and they would have to sell whatever, like 10 items or 20 items that you had for sale. Your mod would have to sell it for you on co-host. That would be so freaking hilarious. That would be so fun. I gotta write this down. That would be a fun raid train. Uh,
Oh yeah. And you that'd be good too. You don't get to pick your mod. Amy
but a
said
surprise for the mod note heads up.
Amy said names drawn randomly.
Oh my gosh. Like everybody a part of the raid train has to mod for somebody else, but you don't know who you're modding until the host tells you who it is. That would be so fun.
Or not even that. Have somebody that's not on the raid train go through and pair people up.
Oh yeah.
Have somebody that's not even in the raid
Do
train.
a randomizer.
Yeah, or a randomizer.
Online. Well, you would have to tell them a little bit before so they show up for that person's show to mod.
No, it's you have somebody that's in the you have somebody that's in the show as a seller. You take all the sellers in the show, and then somebody has to mod for you, and they're the ones who have to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they would have to be there the entire train. Yeah. A group of mods and a group of sellers. That would be fun. 1 week. Yeah, one day would be one way and then the next day will be flip-flopped. Yeah. Mods, mod sellers, mod versus sellers. I got to think this one up. I think that would be entertaining. I would enjoy that very, very much. Hey, Vintage Gypsy Bree, welcome in. You were modding for Hodge earlier, I think you were. You were doing good. Good. You would have 2 different chats so they wouldn't know who it is. Yes, that would be crazy. That would be good. Yes. Okay, I got to make that happen. I think that would be very entertaining raid train and people would find that so hilarious. And then whenever you excuse me, and then whenever you co-host people, that opens you up to more people to be able to follow you as well. And if you do like 30-minute sessions, and flip flop, I think that would be really cool. I'm gonna have to dream that one up. I would be very entertaining to watch. I'm gonna throw Amy Perry into that one. Just because I saw that she said she would do it, and I like to see her in a challenge. I would just have to host that one just to make sure it goes okay because that's a lot of juggling. 12 sellers. That would have to be 24 people. Well, I don't know. I guess depends on how long the train is. That would be cool.
No, because what you could do, okay, 12 sellers, right? You take those 12 sellers and you put them on a random wheel, okay? So say.
Can everybody hear Patrick?
Okay, so say.
Talk loud.
I can't fucking talk loud.
Yes, they can hear you.
You take those 12 sellers, you put them on the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay? 5 minutes before you go on, you spin the wheel, or say 5 minutes before Amy goes on, you spin a randomizer wheel, and then you tell Amy before she gets ready into who she has to mod as her co-host. Does that make sense? But it has to be a seller from the train.
Oh yeah. Amy, you get to mod
Yeah,
as your co-host. She's gonna sell your stuff.
yeah. You better hope you ain't pissed that person off before.
Yeah, that would be have to be another rule. You have to play nice. Especially if you don't get along, you have to play nice. You can't be like, "Oh, don't buy any of her shit. It sucks." Anyways, that would be funny though. Patrick wants to do the rate train.
I ain't doing the fucking rate train. No.
I should make you sell my stuff.
You wouldn't like me selling your stuff.
It
I'd
can't
like,
be the one person you have blocked. Patrick can be a mod. He does have a selling account, by the way, so he can
Everything-
totally sell.
everything goes for $1. You wouldn't like me
No.
selling your stuff.
Well, you can't control starting bids. You just describe the item.
Be like, well, it's got some wood in it, and it's chipped, and it's cracked right here. I wouldn't buy it, but you might.
I need to get you on the Husbands of Whatnot raid train. I think you would be entertaining. I'm tempted to block somebody, you guys, on the Whatnots, but I haven't decided if I wanted to or not yet. Has anybody blocked anybody from a review? Your husband said absolutely not. uh Anyways, let's see. You haven't, okay. Amy, just tell me no. No, Amanda, you can't. Just take the bad review and move on with your life. I'm trying. I'm trying. Not a review. I have blocked 2 people and whatnot before, but this one is over a review, and I'm just like, that was dumb. So I got a review of saying everything was perfect, but only gave you 4 stars and knocked me to a 4.9. Yeah, I got a 4.0 review on an item. She says it was more tarnished than she realized, and then the lid of the item was bent. I sent full on pictures of everything. It was listed. I showed it live. I said the hinge was not perfect, but it was still intact. It's fine. It still had the lid's still closed. And when I wrapped it closed. I didn't wrap it open. I bubble wrapped it. But like, it was from the 1980s. It had tarnish. It showed the wear, but I still got a 4.0 review. And I'm just like, I have no idea what I could have did differently on that one. And I was just like, that is a little nitpicky. I'm like, if you don't want it, like, because you messaged me at least and been like, hey, I'm not happy with my purchase. So I've been like, send it back to me. It's completely fine. I'll tip you back. I see you're a seller. But I was just like, why didn't you reach out to me? Please. Because I try to be very thorough when I sell items. So I was just like, that's just really weird of a review to have. Because I want everyone to know, like, whenever I show something, this is what you're getting. I'm not trying to like blindside you of what you're getting. So It was a seller account. I could tell it was a seller account. So, hasn't sold anything yet, but I just wish I would have had the option or the ability to made it right. You know what I mean? Before I got that review. That's the only thing. That's what I'm mad about. But I looked at my tarnished pencil sharpener today and it was better than that thing was tarnished, girl. But I loved it for that. And when I had another thing is I sold a oil lamp, you guys. This is another thing I want to tell you guys. I sold an oil lamp that was very rusted. No way, Amy. You've been killing it. You've been killing it. Yay. And I'm glad you're taking a little bit of time to breathe too, which you need that. Um, what was I saying? The I sold an oil lamp that was very rusted, and I said this I'm selling it. It is rusty, crusty, like you could see full on the rust detail on, the turner and where the oil and whatever, but I would still use it as a display piece, and I sold it as full on rusted. Personally, I would never put oil in something that is that rusted and try to light it on fire and think that it's going to be perfectly fine. But someone told me that they did that and it had a hole in it. And it's like, it was full on rusted. I didn't say it was going to work. I sold it as rusted. Like, I'm sorry. So, you guys be very careful on whenever you're selling things that are rusty crusty. You may just say, hey, this is very rusted. It is not tested. I did not personally test it. It may have holes that I cannot see because it is rusted. So you can't expect it to work. So it's going to be a display piece only. So hopefully, somebody doesn't go get upset. You gotta go spot. Oh, yes, yes. I want to go watch that. I will see you later, Amy. I will talk to you later. So yeah, you guys be careful about that. Just something to consider. If you're gonna sell something that could be potentially usable, you may want to make that little disclaimer. That's another message that I got a while back, and I was just like, that's funny. So be careful on what you're selling. I thought I was, but I guess I need to be a little bit more clear. But those are like those little things that we need to consider whenever we are selling of how to be better sellers is to explain those little fine details. Hopefully we don't have upset buyers that way. Even if a ceramic is stained and crazed and you write it in the description and you show it in the pictures, yeah, that's why I say verbally say it. Verbally say it. Yep. And Nana Stacy, like I said, I put in my description. I had all the pictures of the item. I showed it on camera like I always do. And I still had somebody to complain, but sometimes it's like there's nothing you can do to make someone happy. But if you can learn from it, maybe try something a little bit different and hopefully you don't get a complaint. That's like buying Old Spice containers. Do not use these spices, they are expired. Yeah, sometimes I actually dump those out before I even ship them because I don't want anybody to even try to use those, really, unless it is still sealed and I sold it as still sealed. But if it is open, I will dump that shit out for sure. Or if you have a super old vintage lamp with the original cord, don't burn your house down. Yep. Yeah, that's at your own risk, definitely. I did buy something and it did have an old lamp, old cord on it. I plugged it in at Christmas. I looked at it. It looked fine to me. The seller told me you may want to rewire it. I plugged it in. I watched it. It was fine. What? It didn't do anything. It was sitting closer to you anyways. I'm sorry. Next time I'll put a fire extinguisher next to your chair. Love you too. He's looking at me with an evil eye over there. What's worse is when they wrote a poor review. Yeah, I wish people would at least discuss it so I try to make it right for sure. Yeah, that's my only thing. I wish a customer would give me the benefit of the doubt and give me a chance to make it right before leaving a review. That can bring my numbers down. I'm thankful that I have enough 5-star reviews that the 4.0 don't really impact me. You know, I have to consider that as well. I can't make everybody perfectly happy all the time. I just wish I would have been given the opportunity to try to make it a 5.0, by making it a right. Like, send it back to me. I'll refund you if you're not happy. It's fine. No big deal. So, or if you sell a heart trinket box from 1920 and then leave a review that you don't like the way the top fits the bottom. Oh my gosh. That's from 1920. What? Has that happened to you? That reminds me, shooting from the hip. I need to go leave you some reviews. Maybe that will that'll help you out. That should help you out if I can leave some reviews because I probably have 3 or 4 reviews worth I can leave you. I just suck at doing reviews, you guys. But if you guys need a review and I bought something from you, say, hey, can you go leave me a review, please? I really need the extra oomph on my account. I will do it. I will do it. I just suck at doing reviews. I'm horrible. But I can leave some nice words. Okay, hold on a second. My nose is doing its drippy thing. Anyways, okay, I actually made it a little bit longer than I said I would, which I'm very shocked. Since Amy said that her raid train is going to start, I want to see who the first person is. Maybe I can raid into them because I would love to do that. What is it? Spotlight. I don't think it's going to start soon, but I want to see if I can find it. Didn't she say Southwest? Oh, Mr. Ornament is on right now. Oh, they're talking about who's going to be on the train. Hold on, guys. I want to raid into their first seller. So I'm just looking, but if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. Oh, they don't go on until 6:17. Okay, so we have a while. I will hang out for another 20 minutes. It's all good. Okay, 20 minutes, you guys, and then I will raid us into the South Spotlight on Southwest Decor. I think that would be lots of fun. But if you have any questions, let's chat or just get to know me, talk shit, whatever you want to do. I'm all for it right now. Hot coffee sounds good right now, but if I drink any more coffee, I'm never gonna go to sleep. Ooh, I can drink hot cocoa. That might be good. What's everybody's favorite hot drink? Chai tea latte sounds lovely, but I've never been good at making those at home, so I don't really want to drive to go get one of those. Hot tea. Do you like your tea sweet? I saw a TikTok the other day where somebody went to McDonald's and got a sweet iced tea, and then they add 3 creamers in it. I don't know if that sounds good. Is that like a dirty tea? It kinda sounds good. And I'm kinda tempted to go make some tea just to try it and splash my coffee creamer in it. Is that the same idea? Hot tea with honey for your throat. I do have honey. Patrick's mom has her own honeybees, and so we have honey from her farm. She has, like, all the flowers and everything on her property. It's, like, the best dang honey ever, and we have honey. I guess I should try that. That would be good. You do that at home. Oh, okay. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, Wicked Wanda. I f- I needed to respond to your message, but I just been sick. You asked what the community raid train was about, so I'm gonna give you an update on that. The community raid train was founded by Found Vintage Co. And back when he started, it was like 10 different sellers. And the idea was is that we would start by going live for like 5 minutes and get a bunch of our friends in the room and then raid into the next seller and raid into the next seller. And then every time we raided, we keep getting more and more people. And at the end, we raid into someone unknowingly and bless them. And so as he keeps doing this every like 3 to 4 weeks, it has grown. And we've had like 80 to 100 sellers, and we do it now like every 3 minutes. And we also added into where we sell a banger because it helps attract more people into the shows. Initially, we weren't selling anything and we weren't able to keep the people in the room. But by doing a banger, it keeps people in the shows along with the giveaways. But the whole idea of it is to bless the seller at the end that is struggling. And the last seller that we rated was the lady that you saw. Her husband had a stroke, and all of those medical bills. Her mom passed away, and they had no money for the funeral. And she's working and doing whatnot and trying to afford all the things. And so she's been really struggling. And that raid was just absolutely amazing. A blessing to her to help, that money that could help go towards those bills and her needs. So that was just absolutely amazing. Every month or every time that we do it, it is just going to be so. Um, I just really enjoy doing those raid trains. It just means a lot. A lot of people I feel people see the good in it. I just want other people to know that it is a lot of good. It's not only blessing, in my opinion, it's not only blessing the person at the very end, that the goal person that it's going to be going to, because we don't really know who that is until right when the raid happens, because we can never guarantee who is going to be live. Like we may have targets, like who we want to hit, but doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be live when we go to raid at the end. But I feel like it also blesses those people that are on the train because he keeps it inclusive. So you can ask to be on it, and he works in people slowly because there's so many moving parts. We don't want to introduce too many people all at once, just because there's a lot to learn to be in that train because it's every 3 minutes and you got to keep it moving. Um, and there's a lot of people helping to make that be, to make that happen. I mean, it's incredible. But every single person that is a part of it, they have a chance to have, 200 plus people in their room, new people seeing them for the first time. They can introduce themselves and make new friends. They can have their shops loaded. So people can have an idea of like what kind of products that they actually sell. Get new eyeballs on them, so maybe they'll come back to a future show for their stream. So even if you may not be the end person, if you can be a part of it, I feel like it will help you as a seller as a whole. It's like another level of a raid train for sure. So if you guys are interested in, being a part of the community raid train, definitely send Found Vintage Co. a message and just tell them I sent you. Say Amanda says I get pushed up on the list if I message you. Tell him that. That'll give him a little kick. He's hilarious, but he'll get you worked in. Um, but I really like to be a part of it. It means a lot to me. There's some people that have been talking things badly about the rate train, but I don't see that negatively at all. I feel like it's a great thing for the community. I feel like it brings us closer together as sellers instead of working against each other. We're working together as one. We get to meet new people. Like I'm meeting new sellers every time I join in, and then I may be rating someone I never met before, which I really love. And I'm following and I'm meeting more sellers that I'm not even aware of being on the train. And then the last person, that is just where it gets me, where you start crying. So it's such a good train. How long ago did it start? Oh, I think it was last. Oh, shoot. I think it was last. That sounded rough. That's why.
That's rough.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
Ugh.
11. I think we've done it 11 times so far. Maybe June, maybe longer than that of last year. I cannot remember, you guys.
What? Hey.
His cough sounded rough,
What?
just like mine does. Anyways, it's been a while. If you need an exact date, let me know. I can look it up, but I really just don't remember off the top of my head. But I believe it was probably summer or something time last year. I missed the very first one because I had a raid train that was going on and I couldn't work it into the schedule. But the second one onward, I've been a part of. He wanted to get like different people in at the very beginning, but it's just crazy how much growth that has happened. So I don't know. I really like that raid train. Wondered if it was exactly 11. It's not necessarily one a month because sometimes it's like 2 weeks and then there's another one. And then sometimes it's one a month. Like we just had one this past Saturday and then the next one is on March 4th.
Do that.
So it's really less than a month. I think it's like every 3 weeks. So it really just depends. I don't know. It just fell. You were all the way in there. She was in there and it fell.
And you did it.
I looked at it.
Yeah, you looked at it.
Hey, Michelle, welcome in. Have you heard of some sellers buying head on nests from Temu? Yep. That is a big thing right now, you guys. Import hen on nests, you guys. That is a big hoofda right now. Hey, girly, haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you. Yes, you guys, there's a lot of people selling hen on nests that are imports. And there's a lot of differences in what you're finding on the Google, on the Bay and Temu and stuff like that. There is imports on there, and they are coming on to the Whatnot app and selling them. And they're going for crazy amounts of money, and they're not even worth that because they are imports. They're not the true vintage and they're not disclosing that they are. I did watch a raid train this weekend and she did have some imports and she did disclose that it was an import, which I appreciated because she had true vintage ones and then she had her imports. And, I really like that seller actually disclosed it, but not every seller does. So if you guys are buying hen on nests, please know the difference and what they look like and even colorways before you guys go swiping so you don't screw yourselves. Okay? Just be careful with that. There's even, like Mosser, I believe they're still making some. They're like newer, not necessarily vintage. So that's another thing to consider as well. But a lot of the import ones are insane. Like they don't have all the details. There's been some pictures of like what the differences between the old Indiana hen on nests look like compared to the ones that are on imports, like the details and the feathering and how the head looks and the tail looks and stuff like that. It is quite different. And the different coloring, yes, it is different. So if you're seeing something that is unique, you may, take a peek and see if it's even worth purchasing if you are swiping. I don't think it's fair. I mean, if you want to sell it on the app, fine, go for it, but please disclose it and don't say that it's vintage, because I feel like that's gonna get you so much hate once buyers actually realize what you're actually selling them. It's kind of like, hey, this is a Stanley Cup. Does anybody want this? And you know what? It's one of those from Walmart, and I'm trying to pass it off as a Stanley. Like, really? Like, just don't do that, you guys. There's so much wrong in that. And yes, I have seen sellers on Whatnot that try to sell dupes of Stanleys as Stanleys as a starting bid. You're hilarious. $1,500, Wanda. I'm kidding. I love these cups, by the way. They're the best things ever. As a reseller, everyone should have one of these cups and then a cooler bag with liquid whenever you guys are outsourcing, because we all need to stay hydrated. Even when you're doing shows, these are also really nice to have. So definitely a good investment. You don't have to buy the Stanleys. You can buy whatever brand you want. I have all the brands. I even have the Temu stuff. Probably. I just thought it was pretty, so whatever. They all work. So, uh, but yeah, the imports are a big thing right now. It's just really frustrating. Another recent frustration is buying painted glass under the assumption that it was colored glass. Sometimes, Lily, you can't tell because it's not like you can't tell it's flash, like there's no cracking or anything. Don't step on my toe. That's rude, Patrick. It wasn't even the dog that did it. Sometimes you cannot tell if it's flashed unless it's like a lot of the times the older red can be flashed. But yeah, that is frustrating because sometimes if it does get to you and they put tape on it and you peel the tape off, then you can tell, or it gets scratched or something, and then you go to clean it and then there you go. But I try to disclose that if I know that it is for sure. But not everybody may know that it is flash glass, especially if it has no flaws. That's the only thing. Seller didn't mention, and both purchases showed up with drilled paint or paint speckles. Oh no. Paint speckles on the glass. Like somebody painted a wall with the glass next to it, kind of speckles. Is that what you mean? You might be able to get paint speckles off with a magic eraser, maybe. Like green runs and green flecks. Oh, that's weird. You're just having a rough time on this app, Lily girl. You need to send me the video when you purchased it. I want to see what it looks like. And then I want to see what you got. I'm curious, see what it looks like. If you could tell. I'm just nosy. I'm like, is there a way that you could tell, like where I could help you? Um, but green runs and splecks, yeah, they should have at least showed you that and been like, hey, do you see this? Do you see the call out? Are you aware of that problem? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Want to get up on my lap? Oh, it's okay, girl. I now need to see the runny painted glass. Yeah, I want to see what that looks like. I'm really curious. Oh my gosh, CJ, welcome in. I haven't seen you in a forever either. A lot of my friends are coming in here. I haven't seen in a long time. Good to see you guys.
Because they don't like you that much.
I know. Maybe they don't like me. I don't know. Michelle came in. I was excited about that. CJ's here. I haven't seen in a while. I'm just glad you guys came in and popped in. Say hi. It's all good. You guys are just hearing me recovering from the flu, so my voice is a little weird, but I'm doing the best I can. I like to know the crazy dupes people are trying to pass on. Yeah, I like to see what people are doing. Um, so maybe I can help buyers because I know sometimes we all got to learn from each other, right? Um, so I would like to help with that if I can, but sometimes people can be shady on this app. I don't want to be known as one of those shady people. So there's that.
Shady, shady, shady.
Don't be calling me that.
You're shady.
Oh, you just sent me pictures. Let's see. I'm looking. Is that inside?
Yes.
It looks clean, but I wonder if that's the type of glass. That's painted. Like if you try to clean that, does it scratch? Yeah, I see the top rim. Cause like if you only showed me the bottom, I was thinking maybe that's on the inside needs to be cleaned. You know what you should do in case you kind of like the green just for a display from a distance is maybe unscrew this part and see what it looks like there and just scrub that if there is green there. If it does come off and it doesn't look good or if it becomes clear and you don't want it to be clear, then screw it back on and then just use it as display only. They do have they do have like stained glass paint. I know this from crafting, not that I've tried to do this to people, but I know that there's stained glass paint that you can actually brush on and it where you can have stained glass items. It's not necessarily for something like this where you would have a flame. But it's more, for decor and art for like your window and stuff like that. Um, I wonder if that's what they did. But that's what I would do. I would try the rim and see. Yeah, the green is pretty, but the base I just thought was dirty, but that is weird. It does look painted at the top. That's interesting. Let me show you guys a little bit better. See how it looks painted. And then that's what the base looks like. What do you guys think? That's interesting for sure. Looks like a new rope on the inside too. Not Slim Shady though, you love him. Oh my gosh, Wanda, you cracked me up. I just saw that comment. It looks weird, like paint. What does it feel like to the touch? Yeah. I wonder if the base, well, I guess the base does have some speckles to it. Did they paint the inside? I would magic eraser it off and see what it does. I know a razor blade would take it off if it was paint. That's just crazy if somebody did that. So that was in context with what you were saying about imports having blurry feathers instead of detailed textures. Yes, vintage huddleness. Yes. I seen a picture that another reseller posted because they have been having a lot of they've been getting pissed. Let's just say resellers have been getting really pissed about other people selling imports and passing them off as vintage. I feel like it's making vintage pieces less valuable because they're making imports trying to pass them off as vintage, and it's just cheapening everything. That's the theory. It's cheapening everything because buyers are not realizing what they're buying. They're spending way too much money. And then when they truly see a true vintage, because it doesn't have those cool colors on it, it's not selling for what it should be because it is true vintage because it doesn't have the colors like the imports does, but they have the detail, they have the age, they have the background and the history, and they're not coming from China with all this crappy missing detail. Another thing is the imports are coming in two different sizes, and Indiana glass, hen on nest, they only were sold in one, I believe. I need to do a little bit more research, but the images that I saw is that, Indiana glass is very detailed. You can see the feather detail. I mean, I've sold them, I've seen them, but then you see the imports and the feathering is just very like, it's like a new glass artist made it, and it's like they didn't try very hard. Like it was really bad. Like that's just what it looks like to me. It doesn't have the quality there. So I don't want to pay the price for the vintage ones. Yeah. Which I mean, it's fine if you want to buy a cheap hen on nest just to have a hen on nest. There's nothing wrong with that, but stop passing imports off as vintage to try to make more money. The quality is not there. Yeah. The first one you bought was an import mini jadeite. Yeah. And you can get those on eBay for like, I think $13 to $16. Which if you want to buy an import on eBay for that, then go for it. You could probably get it on here by the right seller for about that too, if you wanted to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want a true vintage one, then there's that. Just be honest about where you're selling. Yeah. I've been so curious as to where all these sellers were finding them because you never found one in the wild. Now you know. Yeah, you guys, if I want to find, I know where to get hen on this. Okay, they're at this antique store about an hour from me. They have a bunch, and I have picked up a few. But the ones that like I would love to pick up to sell you guys on whatnot, they want $250 for one. And it's like the carnival glass, hen on nests, or the bunny on nests, and they're carnival glass. Which plain, you guys, carnival glass in general, it's gorgeous. They're a little bit harder for me to find in this area, but if I wanted to hit on this, I would have to pay $250 for it. I couldn't resell that on whatnot. So there's no way that I would buy it. Like it wouldn't. Oh, it's fine. I'm not telling you to go buy it. It's just another selling platform, but yeah. Yeah, I think Etsy has a little bit of everything. I just find it funny that Etsy allows people to sell. I always thought Etsy was a handmade platform. And then now it's like everything. But I really thought it was more for handmade sellers. So I just find that really interesting. You know what I mean? Until it went public. Huh. Because everybody and their grandma seems like they are on, all these other platforms, especially like Etsy. And it's just so different now. I miss when it was just more handmade instead of, hey, I can print this for you on a t shirt. Here's some Timu stuff. So I guess we just have to be more careful as buyers if you're going to be buying something that seems popular, especially with people that are trying to import and pass it off as vintage. What? Are you running the fever again? Um,
Yep.
I'm just not going to pick those up. I thought about buying some imports and selling them, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm good. If people want to buy those, they can probably go to another seller. Yes, ask a weird question. My dog just hit the camera stand. It doesn't hurt to ask either. Sometimes when you ask somebody that's trying to get away with selling an import, they don't want to answer the question if it's vintage. Or I even seen people get banned from their show for asking that. I'm like, dang, I've seen that happen. People get crazy. But what's your question? What's your question? I typically am trying to be honest, like, especially if I am trying to sell something and I know it's probably not a vintage piece. It's just her feet keep hitting the stand. It's all right. It disappeared. Can you search your purchases per seller somewhere? Yes. I just say I don't know a lot. I just say based on how this looks, I've picked it up at a thrift store. I liked it, but how it looks, I get vibes that it's probably newer. I can't say how old it is, you know? And just because you pick something up at an estate sale doesn't mean it's old either. We all know that you could pick up Hobby Lobby stuff for cheaper too. Okay, so let's say you're in your whatnot account, and at the bottom it will say activity. And under activity, it will show like all your purchases. And I don't know if you can filter it out by seller though, but that will just show you like all your purchases in general. We're not gonna scroll that. I got sick and I bid on some stuff. And you can't even ask me what I bought because I don't remember now. I bought something from Mandy, I guess. No idea what I bought. Does anybody else swipe and then you don't remember what you purchased? I scroll through pending and completed and you can't find things. Can you go to a seller's? If you go to a seller's page, you won't be able to see your purchases. No, you can only filter it by what you have bought. And they sort it by what you have, like when you bought it, like the top is going to be like the last item I bought. So if you were in like two shows simultaneously, it will list them in order of the time that you purchased them. Uh, yeah. Yes, Wicked Wanda. Yes, I can see what I bought from you just because you have pictures, but like I bought from Mandy because she was in a raid trading this weekend and it was random pulls. So I don't really know what I bought. Yeah, I can watch the video receipts, but I'm too lazy. I'll just wait to get the box to be surprised because it's more fun that way. My laugh sounds so bad. So
I ordered my.
I'm so excited. I won Waterford glasses from Wanda.
I ordered my phone case today.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, so I can get my new phone set up this week.
I need to order that bubble machine for myself, amongst some other things I just added to my list. So, your friends have to get some dinner. Oh, you have a good night. Shoot from the hip. I need to probably get us rated out. I need to rest my voice. I'm gonna try to do another one of these seller chats again. I kind of like the afternoon chitty chat thing, so we're probably gonna do that again. But anytime you see the seller support logo with my puppy dog on it, you guys, you can bookmark that so you don't miss any future ones where we can chat. You missed that. Whatnot kicked me out for saying Hobby Lobby. Oh, I didn't know Whatnot could kick you out for saying those words. That's interesting. And shooting from the hip. Thank you for your help, hun. You're a great friend of mine and seller. You guys make sure you give her a follow. She's a really good seller on here. She's kicking booty on this app. If you said something more about searching purchases. Oh, I just said that they put it in order of when you bought it. So like this is the last item I bought. And sometimes I have two devices going, like I have my phone and then this is my second device. Sometimes I can be on two different shows at once and I could be swiping over here and swiping over here, and it will put it in order according to the time that you bought it. So you may have a purchase from Shooting from the Hip, and then you'll have a purchase from Wanda, and another one from Shooting from the Hip, another one from Wanda. That's how they'll organize it on your list of purchases that way. So don't be too crazy with the double device swiping because that kind of makes your orders all wackadoodle. But I've done it. Oh, I should have got Amy Perrin's box today. Okay. I'm excited. Um, okay. I hope I get a good cup of tea. Yes, I need some more to drink. I'm trying to get through another one of these. I'm trying to get my hydration back up because those meds have been making me so sick. You guys. Okay, let me see if I can find that person that is on. I want to make sure their raid train is going good. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, Lazy S is still on. So we're gonna raid into Lazy S Western. And I appreciate y'all for hanging out. And I want to see what this raid train is all about. So I will see y'all later. Bye, friends. Let's see if I can click that. There we go. I will. I'm getting there slowly. Slowly. Oh my gosh, I hit the. Why is it doing that? It keeps minimizing when I hit raid. There we go. Oh my word. Sorry, guys. Let's try this again. There we go. See y'all later. So, can we see your dog? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh boy. Let's do this real quick. Roxy, say hi. Hi, Roxy. There's my baby. She's just laying, and Patrick's laying right there. Say hi. Say, I'm a pretty girl. See, she kept kicking my stand. So, isn't she sweet? So, I will see y'all later, friends. Bye.